Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Now once again, at the end of last episode, I suggested that this is gonna be the last episode for a while before I go to work. I lied yet again, although this time I think I have kind of a good reason. So a couple of weeks ago I'm not even sure how I did it, I hurt my left wrist / forearm, and it's been recovering nicely, but there was still a bit of persistent discomfort. So I went to the doctor today, and I was like, I gotta go back to work in a couple of days, and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time with the keyboard. What do I do about this? Do I get a wrist brace? And the doctor did indeed suggest getting a wrist brace. So that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just testing out to see, like, if the wrist brace is working. And the main thing I want to see is it the right size? Because you can wear it and it'll seem fine, but I think it's when you're actually like moving around doing regular day stuff while still having it on, that's when you can really tell, like, is it too tight or is it just right? It's complicated by the fact that I've never worn a wrist brace before, so I'm not even sure about how tight they're supposed to be. Like, I can tell obviously it's not cutting off circulation, it's just tight. I think I'm just not used to something being on my hand, gripping it this snugly. It might be one of those things where you've just got to get used to it. So anyway, I was like, well, how do I see whether it's working? Do I, spend some time at the keyboard just typing, like lorem ipsum, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog over and over again? I could do that. Or, given that I am done with all of my other work for the day, I was like, you know what? Let's do an episode of this with the wrist brace, and let's see if it's all that it's cracked up to be. So with that unnecessarily long-winded preamble out of the way, I think we're just gonna do another episode, and at the end of it, I'll see how the old left hand feels, left arm, left forearm, that general region of the body, and we'll see how it goes. Also, gotta remember to stay hydrated. Not just because I've been walking quite a bit today, but also just to preemptively soothe my throat. The cough that I had previously is almost completely gone, so I think we're gonna have a good time this episode. So one thing I gotta do is I gotta see which realm are we supposed to go to. I think we gotta go to Breath and Balance, because I think we went to Kingdom of Heretics, and so if I look at my currency, we should have no emblems or fewer than 20 emblems with Gonfurion, and more than 20 emblems with Ariamaki. So let's confirm my suspicions, confirm or deny my suspicions. So indeed, Gonfurion has no emblems. Ariamaki has a ton. So that is exactly what we will do. We're gonna go into the land of breath and balance. Excuse me. There is gonna be like a tiny bit of coughing, just because I think even when I'm completely well, my throat just gets a little bit strained whenever I do commentary, but I think we'll be fine. And so far the wrist brace is feeling okay. I'm already feeling like it's not really conspicuously, like the feeling isn't as intense as it was before. It's like as soon as you're doing something and not just sitting there with the thing on and all you can do is think about it, then that's when it kind of like you stop noticing that you're wearing something on your hand, is the sense that I'm getting. But yeah, I'll stop talking about this. I'm sure people are already sick of hearing me talk about my various physical issues. Hey, listen, man, I'm in my mid-30s, so basically I'm an old man, and I'm on I'm on death's door already. Right, so these are the kinds of things that I'm gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life. Just random pains in various parts of my body, which I like, and I don't even know why they're happening. I just gotta figure out how to deal with them. Anyway. The doctor said it was probably just a sprain, which I'm not even sure how that would have happened. Like, most likely would have been exercise related, but unless it was one of those things where you hurt yourself while working out, but you don't notice it until much later because, I don't know, your body was dulling down the pain or something like that. Unless something like that happened, I don't even see... Because I usually pay very good attention to form when I'm working out. And I only have one... Well, I guess you can count chin-ups as kind of something that involves the forearms. Like bicep curls involve the forearms as well, but not to a super high degree. I only have one exercise that's just like a dedicated forearm exercise. And I don't know, man. It's probably just, like I said, it's probably just an old person thing. Eventually, you're just gonna start feeling aches and pains for literally no reason. I'm super excited to move into this thrilling new phase of life. It's like a lottery. It's like spinning a roulette wheel. Which part of my body is gonna inexplicably be either in pain or discomfort today? It's to spin the wheel and find out. Anyway, let's take out these dudes. Oh my god, that's annoying. Excuse me. But they are dead now. So, this is also a regular episode. So in addition to me testing out this wrist brace, the other aim is to do all of the other things that we do in regular episodes, which is go through the realms. Well, first of all, let's take out the Arbiter Master. Arbiters emit powerful auras that strengthen their allies. Good for them. Let's start out by a bit of a Clayman action. And I think we can just try and go for the win. Why draw things out when you can just punch people to death with one mighty wallop? Right, take out these dudes. And I think I saw some chests, or like a chest off to the left. Grab that. Hit some more of these dudes. So last episode we had 3 cards. Was very happy with that haul. 2 of those cards came from random loot. 1 of those came as a creature drop. But none of them were from the creatures that we were actually farming. Would like to complete this set. Would like to complete all the sets, obviously, but kind of just... We've been going in alphabetical order for a while, and we'll probably just stay on that. And don't worry, I'm not gonna forget... I'm not gonna leave this realm without buying the keys. I feel like I've gotten pretty diligent about that. Oh, also, hang on a second. Excuse me, I should have summoned a different type of creature. Actually, maybe not, because arbiters are life creatures, right? Am I... I'm pretty sure... Sorry, not arbiters, demigods. Maybe even arbiters as well. Or I think these might be sorcery, who knows. Okay, we're getting all kinds of nether stones. We do need to kill life creatures for the Rune of Prophecies. And then we can switch up to a different type of creature. Just to get these objectives taken care of early. Oh, we've got all 3 bookshelves that are going to give us some loot. Hopefully some good loot. We'll find out in just a moment. Alright. Take out some dudes. Take out some more dudes. Take out these dudes. Yeah, just kill some dudes for a while. Why not? Although we probably should wrap up this realm as well. But before we do any realm wrap up, where the hell is Arimaki? He is over there. Right, let's just talk to him before I forget. Well, let's do these first. Nothing from any of those. That's sad. So 113 emblems gives us another 5 keys. How many keys are we even at? Excuse me, 175. Alright, we got to head to the next realm, but before we do that, there could be a chest down there. Let me quickly hit that, and we can move on to a new realm. Oh, we got 358, but I was a bit too quick. But we got something even better. We got 407, and we're gonna take that to the Overgrown Temple. Sorry, like if I'm quiet, it's because I'm still distracted by the fact that the wrist brace is on. I know the way to deal with it is to not hyper fixate on it, but I can't help myself. It's one of those things, like it's literally just gonna take time. Ooh, 50. Oh, 50 times the amount of knowledge. Knowledge is useless. Knowledge is so useless. Anyway. Excuse me. So do we have enough emblems? Ooh, alright. Ooh, a trait. Claw Tail Symbiosis. Is that special? After this creature attacks? Ooh, that's interesting. After this creature attacks, it takes another turn. After this creature attacks, it takes another... So you could basically just get one free turn every turn, assuming you're attacking at least once. So... I feel like that could definitely be useful on many different builds. So much so that when I get back home, I'm going to give it a... I'm going to rename it. Just to make sure that I drive home the point that this is a bit of a special netherstone that I've identified as good. And here's another trait netherstone called Maximize. Maximize... After this, another thing that happens on attack, it converts each of the target's buffs into random debuffs. That one's not that exciting. Like, I would not waste a nether slot on it. There are better ways to deal with enemy buffs, or to give debuffs to enemies. Still, yeah, it's nice to have. Nice to have. All right, let's go. Let's talk to you actually. 121. I don't think we're gonna get another 19 emblems, so let's just buy 6 keys. Excuse me. Let's take these dudes out. Ooh, treasure golem. Ooh, Mahu. As soon as I saw that this is a group of harpies, I'm like, you guys are probably in trouble. The only thing that could save you is if you didn't have a malice harpy. And by save you, I mean the only thing that would let you survive to at least even reach the start of combat would be if you didn't have a malice harpy. Be gone from my realm at once. Okay, so this one has no trait. This one is gonna be getting destroyed at the end. It has no trait, and it's also a high enough rarity that it needs to be specifically earmarked. Anyway, let's do a bit of this, do a bit of that action, do a bit of this, grab this. Alright. Haven't seen Xantai in a while, I feel like. Our old friend, Zanny boy. It'd be nice to run into him. So, we're surely done fighting live creatures. What? Hang on. Am I tripping? Oh, this one guy is an exception. He's not a life type. He's a death type. I was like, no wonder. I was like, something's funny. Something's funny. How have we completed the death objective and not the life one? Well, that explains it, I guess. So let's summon some of the life ones instead. It's, you know, still the same set, so I don't mind going slightly out of order. Yeah, it does bug me sometimes. I mean, it's the game's choice. It's a silly thing to get, you know, upset about, but when every single member of an enemy race is one class, but one enemy is a bit of a different one, I know what the game's trying to go for. It's like with like all of the whites, they're death type, and then the holy white, it's kind of in the name, kind of like the odd one out. It's a different kind. It's kind of like them, but it's also kind of different. I get what the game's trying to go for, but there's something about me that wants everything to be neatly categorized. And when I see, you know, one creature that's just a different class. Sort of similar logic to when I'm fighting masters and I get upset that they don't all have the same race of creature in their party. Similar vibes to that. Alright, let's wipe these guys out. 11th victory against them. Take out these dudes. Take out these guys. What are they? So I guess because they can't have avatar creatures in their party, they just have a random creature. So in their party, in the place where Meraxis would have been, because, you know, these parties are supposed to be a mirror image of your party. In the place of where Meraxis should have been, they... Oh, God. Where Meraxis should have been, they instead had a Shambler. A Sea Shambler creature. Anyway, let's keep on going. Let's go like this, go like that. Oh, hey, ooh, the goblet is full. Goblet is full, and I think I will even roll a new goblet when we get back home. Just, you know, I cannot in good conscience not roll the goblet. I'll stop dealing with the goblet once we hit 50 million piety. But for now, we're just gonna keep on keeping on. An extra 30,000 every time. It'll add up over time, right? Another, like, if you do it 10 times, that's 300,000 piety. That's a third of a million. A third of a million that we wouldn't have had if we were just relying on, you know, destroying nether stones to get piety. Although I am tempted to just stop with the goblet. And I will eventually, unless the new update adds something that makes, like, maybe there's some special, unique cosmetics that you can get only from the goblet. That'd be an interesting idea, actually. That'd be an interesting idea. Oh yeah, and they could do that with the Riddle Dwarf games as well. Some special prize that you can get only from doing these certain things, because otherwise you just don't bother to do them unless you have a Rune of Prophecies objective for doing it. Like, I've got all of these hundreds of Riddle Dwarf tickets and just not using them. Alright. Bash some more dudes. I've got to go home. I've got to rename that Netherstone as well. I've already forgotten what the trait was called, but when we get back home after this, I will, I remember what rarity it had, roughly what rarity it had, so I can find it again if pressed. Okay, I think we're done with this realm. Yeah. All right. All right. Hit a couple more dudes. And let's head home and collect our goblet, and we'll see how long it takes me to roll it this time. Let me just take one last look around. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's head home. First of all, I'll go to the blacksmith, get my nether stone stuff dealt with. And then we'll go to the goblet, get that dealt with. And then we'll carry on with the episode. It was 224, I think. And I locked it as well. I'm gonna... Clawtail Symbiosis. How do you spell symbiosis? Okay. There we go. It's another nether stone named. We collect our prize. Oop. It's gonna be about 30,000, I'm guessing. Excuse me. Yep, 30,000 exactly. And I'm gonna have to roll it. I'll roll it once on screen. And if we don't get what I want, I will pause the recording. Did not get what I want, so I'm gonna pause it and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, it only took about 3 rolls, so less than a minute this time. Pretty happy with that, and I think we're good on everything. Let's take another look at this. We have a hunt mission going, right? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, and let's just continue. 403, very good. I'll take this into the Path of the Damned. No cards so far this episode, but the night is still young. Well, it's actually like afternoon right now. So the afternoon is still young, I guess. That didn't sound quite as dramatic. I did buy the emblems from Generos, right? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Spend the emblems to buy the keys from Generos is what I meant. Oh, they're fused with Harpies. Oh, they're fused with Harpies. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This means most of the enemies are just gonna kill themselves before we even have a chance to do anything. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I'm gonna stay in this realm for a while, just enjoying this. Like maybe one in every 6 or 7 enemies is gonna have the great fortune of not having a Malice Harpy fusion in their party, but oh, this is just delightful. So we need to kill a few sorcery creatures. We'll get that out of the way by getting some gens. Just like one group of gens, I think, is gonna do it. And for the rest, we'll just go back to trying to go in order. Ah, man, this is just so good. This is just so good. Man, yeah. This is just, yeah. Outstanding. We deserve this after some of the nonsense that the game has put us through over the many episodes that we've done. You've got to really savor these moments when the game finally goes a little bit easy on you. God, that's just amazing. Well, let's just keep cashing in while we can. And if we're lucky, we'll get a card out of it. If we're not lucky, then we won't. Simple as that. Beautiful. Alright. Alright. Yep. Yep. That's it. That's just so good. I believe that's going to be our master, probably the skeleton master if I had to guess. We'll see in just a moment. Yeah, the skeleton master skeletons may be frail, but they make up for it with stuff. Ooh, and even the skeleton master is not immune. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. God, it just makes my whole day every time either we run into enemies, or like run into a realm that's infested with harpies, or I think inhabited with harpies. I think inhabited is the term the game uses when a realm only has one type of creature in it, or fused with harpies. Either way, either of them will have the chance of putting the Malice Harpy trait into the enemy parties. And yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to behold. Just a thing of just absolute beauty. Alright, just get some more of these dudes. Just because I'm gonna enjoy this for as long as I possibly can. Alright. Alright. Take out these dudes. And let's just keep going. Killing a lot of them. Oh, and was that... I think that was a group of harpies fused with harpies. They just had no chance. Because if they didn't have a Malice Harpy in their party, then they still had a chance of being fused with a Malice Harpy. They would have had to pass both of those things in order to give themselves a chance of surviving until turn 1, like these guys just did. Which was obviously not gonna happen. Right, you know what? Oops, sorry about that. Just rammed my leg into the desk. Ooh. Didn't realize... I guess any chest in the game has a chance of being a mimic, even chests that get spawned due to special circumstances. bash some dudes. Oh, they're also resistant to debuffs in this realm, but it's not helping them that much. God, that's just so beautiful. That's so good. And like right now I'm quiet because I'm just in a state of bliss. Like it's hard to describe just how satisfying it is to see enemies just killing themselves and the battle ending before combat even starts. Or at the start of combat before turn 1 gets taken, I guess. Turn 0 is what people call it when enemies are getting killed before any manual turns are taken. Trying my best to get something out of these guys, but they are holding out. No card from them for quite a while. And at this point, I think, I guess there's enough of the realm left to explore that it justifies summoning one more group. Man, we really are going hard and not finding much for our troubles. But maybe one of these guys will give us the card that we're looking for. Because we've killed a lot of them. Dang it, I think we deserve something to show for it. Because how many have we killed at this point? A lot. How much knowledge do we have with these guys? Let's actually check that. Let's go to the bestiary. Let's take a look at the take a look at you. Well, still less than 70,000. I guess it's not the worst. I guess other creatures have held out longer. It just feels pretty long. Anyway, let's keep on going. Hit some more of these dudes. Excuse me. And I think we'll just start moving on towards the next realm. Five enemies. Yeah, we won't summon anybody else. I'll just try and kill everybody in our way. Hopefully kill everybody in the realm generally. And then we'll move on. And I think we've got a boss fight coming up. So we've got 2 people there. one person next to the candle. All right. There's one, and oh, I was gonna say, where's that one enemy? Turns out he was close enough to take down. There we go. Well, we tried. We didn't get what we wanted, but that's okay. And we're gonna take out Katarina in whatever the next realm is, but before that, let me just make sure. We have 15 emblems with Erebus, not enough to buy another key, so yeah, we can just go... Oop. Just go to the Refuge of the Magi. Used with Faye. Not that bad. Good donation. We're gonna be hitting Fave rank 60. Ooh, and we've got a Nether realm. It is kind of sad that enemies are no longer killing themselves. But it was fun while it lasted. Ooh, this guy's gonna complete one of our projects. Assassination. Okay. That's fun. I'm also gonna buy 4 keys. Books are alive. But now they're dead. Telescopes reveal a large area is kind of useless. Because what we were always gonna full clear every realm anyway. So it's redundant. This kind of thing could be more useful in the more difficult game mode that is going to be introduced in the next update, where you might not necessarily... Oh, and especially in the Iron Man mode, where if you lose a fight, you're dead. So there are going to potentially be situations in other game modes where you don't necessarily want to get into every single fight, and where exploring more of the realm means you get advanced warnings about enemies that are nearby. You can try to avoid them. But in the regular, base game that we're playing... Oh, Harpies, lovely little throwback. Yeah, like in the regular base game, you kind of just want to get into all the combat that you can. And you're not really that worried about the things that are on the overworld, because it could only really be like nemesis creatures or other regular enemies walking around. Right, because the truly strong things like the boss fights, Xantai fights, trainer fights, master fights I meant. Those things you have to actively go in and seek out. The creatures attack? Take them out. No cards so far, eh? As we are now nearly 45 minutes into the episode. God, it felt like just a few moments ago that we were only like 25 minutes in. I guess that's I guess that's how time works. At a at a point of time in the past, it felt like less time had passed. That is like when you put it that way, then yeah, you can make what I said sound kind of dumb. But you know what I meant. I was surprised by how quickly time had passed. So pink and red is going to give us favor. Excuse me. Hey, it's got another trait. Ashes to ashes. Is that useful? Interesting. Interesting. But I feel like there are better ways to inflict enemies with burning. The other thing is, what would happen if you attacked twice in one turn? So the first hit would inflict one enemy with burning. Would it work like Fermented Hops does, where you can't do it on the same turn? Like the first, it'll try to do the same action 3 times. It'll just try to inflict one enemy with burning 3 times. Green and yellow, green and red. Let's try green and yellow. Emblem, right? 2 emblems. Who knows how that works? You'd have to test it out to be absolutely sure. Even if it works in the most like favorable sounding way, which is that the first hit inflicts one enemy with burning, and then the second hit, instead of trying again to inflict that one enemy with burning, correctly reads the state of the enemy and then applies the second effect. Even in that situation, I feel like it's not the best way to inflict burning on enemies. But I mean, it's nice to have if you have some way to make use of it, which I'm sure some builds will. My build, however, doesn't really care too much about enemies having burning or not. Anyway, let's take out Katarina. I will have my revenge for what your kingdom did to me. Yeah, that's what she sounds like. That's my headcanon. Alright, let's how do we do? Yeah, let's just do this. I don't even know what her trait is. I'm just gonna do this. What is your trait? After okay, that's annoying. What is? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, why? Why bother? Let's do another one of these. Let's do a bit of this. What? No, what? Hang on, what? What am I wanted you to cast Greater Dispel. What are you doing? You can do Feign Death, I think. Hey! Hey, 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 hey! First card drop for the episode comes directly from the Nether Boss loot drop. Augmented Osane card gives us our first... Oh my goodness me! It's happening! Second card drop from the episode comes from literally the very next loot source, Ferocious Fiend. And that even gives us a partial bonus. Berserk, have a chance to attack extra. That's great. Ooh, how good would it have been to get the hat trick? 3 cards from 3 loot drops. I think even that would be a little bit absurd. But, ooh, are you special? No, you're not. You're just the familiar master. The dude was wearing a crown, so I thought maybe there's... Or it looked like he was wearing a crown, so I thought maybe there's something special. But there wasn't anything special about him. But that's 2 loot drops in very quick succession. That's turned this episode completely around. So once again, we are sort of lagging behind on cards that we farmed directly, and more of our loot is coming from well, more of our cards are coming from just ordinary loot. Anyway, let's take out some dudes. Take out all of these dudes. Not all of them. I think we're just gonna start heading towards the eggs. I kind of want to go until the next false god fight. It just feels like a natural rhythm for an episode where you have another boss fight and a false god fight. You know, one of each. Also because I think false gods have a pretty good chance of dropping a card, at least based on the experience that I've had. What have I done? I think I don't know how I wasted my first turn. I think my finger just slipped. That was great. Like two cards in 2 consecutive loot drops. That was amazing. Really was amazing. And maybe we'll even have one more card. Who's to say? And we are approaching the end of the episode. Sorry, I mean, well, the end of the episode, but also the end of the realm. So if we are to have a card drop, it would have to be soon. Yeah, let's hit the handful of enemies that is to our left. And then let's head inside. Take out these dudes. Could have sworn there was another enemy somewhere nearby, but I guess I was mistaken. Right, we've got some stuff to hand in. How are we for time? We are at 54 minutes. How far are we from the false god? There's a 42. So we just did. So we would have to do 2 more realms. We'd have to be pretty quick. Assassination is done. Let's start another one. So we're doing sphinxes, I do believe. Yeah, let's do an ordainer. Go for it, and yeah, let's go on to another realm. Did I buy the keys from Zonte? I feel like I didn't. I know I did. I did. I totally did. Okay. So we're gonna take this into the Sanctum Umbra. Let's see what kind of loot we find here. We found 2 cards in the last realm. Let's see what we find in this one. What are we dealing with in this realm? Fuse. Fuck the fight. Man, these Bard Trovators always ruining my life. Anyway. Let's go to the shop. Let's go ahead and... If we find another 8 emblems, we'll come down and we'll buy a 5th key. And there's a good chance we will be coming back for that 5th key. There's 1 emblem already. Alright. Bash these dudes. Grab all this stuff. Ooh, but it's garbage. Okay. Well, it's not garbage, but it has no traits, which is what we want. So let me just document that, and let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, what do we got? Right, let's go here. Grab that. Grab this. This is gonna be our 8th victory against the Sin Master, who I'm pretty sure we've talked to several times already. I'll do 1 more Clayman just because I don't trust that we had enough to take them out. Maybe we did, but I just wanted to be sure. It's our achievement for taking out the Master of Sins. Dudes. We might as well do some candle summoning. It seems to be a decent realm for farming. Not too shabby. Alright. Let's some more chests, and just generally get through this round quickly, because I am going to do the next one as well, just to, you know, have a false god kill in the episode along with our nether boss kill. Alright, take out these dudes. I didn't summon anybody at the candle. I guess I just forgot. Let's get some of these excuse me, let's let's do this. Alright, take out these dudes, and it's gonna be a bit of a crowded part of the map because of all of our summons. But you know what? It's fine. We've gotten quite a few emblems, but do we have enough to buy another key? Is the question. How much? Oh, we had Perdition 17, so there's our 18th emblem. I think we can get 2 more emblems. That's doable. If there are enough sources of loot in this realm. Ooh, get some buried treasure as well. I think this is going to complete our realm quest. Which gives us an emblem also, which puts us at 20 exactly. So let's go ahead and buy another key. Where is he? Where is he? I know we've already spoken to him once. So he can't be far there. But there he is, okay. Yeah, let's just go to the shop, buy the key, and collect this. Yeah, sure, I'll hit this one guy. He was having trouble leaving that room that he was in, so you know, help him, helpfully escort him out of the room and into the afterlife, as one does, and. Around, hit these guys, and I don't think there's much left to do in this round. So after we take these guys out, and well, explore a couple other places, I think. Yeah, just that bit. And we'll have to head home, set a new project, and then we can start the final realm. It's gonna be hopefully not a super long episode. We are just over an hour. We're an hour 3 minutes. But I cannot help myself when I'm this close to a boss fight. I kinda just wanna keep going. Oh, I destroyed that candle because I didn't even realize it was there. It doesn't really matter, I just don't like destroying candles just because I like the graphic of a lit candle. Especially those candles which you have, you know, like those realm objects, those candles which when you interact with them, they light up and then you get 200 favor with the gods. Something about their graphic is just really pleasing to me, so I try to not destroy them if I can help it. Anyway, let's bash some of these dudes. Three enemies, 2 of them are right here, might as well hit both of them. And then move on home, and then move on to the next realm. I might as well hit the final enemy. Do a full clear of the realm, you know. If you can, you might as well, right? No card. Once again, no card. Alright, a couple projects to hand in. Training. So... I'll do one more health training, and then I think I'm gonna start... Actually, no, I'll keep doing health training until we've brought this back up to 60. I think that makes the most sense. Also, who did we just complete a pilgrimage with? I think the lowest rank we have is actually 60 now. Who did we... Pilgrimage with Zonte. Oh, I think we already hit level 60 with Zonte earlier. So... I don't want to spend too much time on this, but just to make sure... Yeah, we hit level 61. So now we get more resources from resource nodes. Whatever, that's fine. Alright, let's... So we were in Sanctum Umbra, right? So Perdition. Here we have 0 emblems. Yeah, we were just in Sanctum Umbra. So now we're gonna go back to the Arachnid Nest. .405 is a good bonus to take into the Arachnid Nest. To take on Mindworm. How are we for time? We are an hour 7 minutes. If we're quick enough, we can get through this and not even have it be too long. But let's see how this goes. Paragons aren't that bad. I think we're doing okay in this realm. The game feels like it speeds up every time I go into the Arachnid Nest. Or it rarely feels slow when I'm in the Arachnid Nest. Top of the timeline sounds good to me. It makes me wonder, maybe there's some like animation for certain realm objects that just... that for some reason is just slower for the game to process. Give you more attack, why not? Take out these dudes. Immune to attack damage, so we can only hurt you with indirect or with spell damage. And now you have a chance to avoid damage. So we're potentially gonna be in for a mildly frustrating boss fight. But hopefully things go well. Oh, we get the bad outcome out of you. That sucks. Take out these dudes. Alright, come on, let's try and get some good rolls on these next cocoons. Alright, that's another nether stone that we're gonna be crushing at the end. Bastion of the Void is tenebrous. Are you serious, man? That sucks. But whatever, that's fine. It's okay. Take you out. Four more enemies somehow. There's one of them running around. Take out this dude. And let's jump over to the right. And I think we only have a couple enemies left. We've got a master to kill as well. It's gonna be annoying to take down because we don't have our extra attacks and casts. Oh, hey, we finally get something good from one of the cocoons. We get a mimic fight. The mimic, unfortunately, has nothing special in it. Ooh, there's a dumpling. Alright. Let's just bash you quickly. Alright, need to take out the master. Did the portal spawn? Unless it spawned and... Hang on, we gotta get to the bottom of this first. I don't think the... no, the portal did spawn. I was gonna say, I don't think the portal spawned correctly. But luckily it did. There's another forgettable nether stone. Anyway, let's take out the master, then let's take out mindworm, and then we can start wrapping things up. Leech master, whatever. Okay, good, good, good. I think we'll just have the Dread White do the honors. These guys are blighted. They shouldn't be healing. If they try to heal, it's just gonna make life worse for them. Okay. Alright, let's do a bit of this action. Now let's maybe do a bit of that. There we go. Get a bit of loot out of you. Now let's just see if there's anything in here. There isn't. Okay. Let us take out Mindworm. This should be a pretty easy fight. Oh, I smell fresh prey. Okay, so we now are blighted and poisoned. That's annoying. Let's do a greater dispel. Alright, let's do a bit of this. Bit of this. Bit of this. Was hoping for good entangling roots. Didn't happen. Let's do a bit of this. And let's do astral dimension. Do a bit of this. Do a bit of this. Bit of this. I think we've got more than enough to take you out, but let's just do even more. You're dead. Easy win, and let's see what we get. Tainted Mind Worm. Right. Nothing from chest number 1. Nothing from chest number 2. Our Anointment and Heaping Treasure is the final thing to take a look at. Enemies with stone cannot dodge or deal crit damage. First time you're resurrected, you get damage and get invisible could be a thing. Animated gem. Damage and okay, that's a thing. Alright, that's a thing. Cast gain around. That could be something. But you know what? I'm gonna take Psychic Scream. And like another way of silencing enemies sounds fun. Right, so what is our Heaping Treasure? It's nothing useful. We just get some Nature Guild rep. Takes us a little bit higher. And before we end, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get 16 of these guys. Sorry, 4 of these guys. Which is gonna amount to 20 groups overall. And we're gonna kill them. And since we're only doing one of these, might as well just kill them without pausing the recording. And at the end of this episode, what is there to say? Well, it looks like the wrist brace is working out fine. At this point, I can barely feel it. At this point, I think we've gotten to the point where when I take it off, I'll notice that it's gone more so than putting it on and noticing that it's there. So that's a good sign. Seems like it's definitely the right size. It felt tight early on, but I think that was only because I've literally never worn a wrist brace before. I think it's supposed to, like, it's not supposed to be loose, is the point. Like it's supposed to hold your wrist in position. And it feels pretty comfortable. I was worried that it would... I don't know why I was worried about this, because you'd think that this is the first thing they'd check. I was like worried that it would cut off circulation, but no, it hasn't done that at all. It also, like, I was worried that it would make the wrist feel hot. It hasn't, but then again, my apartment is pretty cool for the most part, so I haven't really worn it in a hot environment yet. I guess if you're in a really hot environment, you can just take it off, just so that it doesn't get gross and, you know, sweat-soaked. But if it does get sweat-soaked, they also have instructions on how to wash it, so there's that as well. So now that I've now that I've spent a couple of minutes just telling you a whole bunch of information that you didn't need to know about meticulously going into detail about how I've been dealing with the slight discomfort in my left forearm, how about we talk about the actual game? So, what was this episode like? It was a good episode. We found, like, it was a bit of a sleepy episode with not a lot special about it up until we found those 2 cards in very, very, very quick succession. That was definitely exciting. Having enemies fused with harpies, that was also very exciting. And taking out a false god, sadly didn't give us anything special. And there's one enemy left. Where are you? You must be... Okay, I think I see him. I think he was blending in with the background. There he is. Bam. We're gonna have a last second miracle. No, we're not. That's gonna be the end. So, yeah, let's just wrap up, head home, set a new bounty, and call things good. Let's take a look at our Rune of Prophecies quickly. So one more Pando Shrine. Hopefully we can get that while we're hunting for one more raid mission and one more Nether Realm. Other than the raid missions, this is a pretty good looking Rune of Prophecies. Anyway, let's first set a new bounty, then we'll come back, we'll deal with the Nether Stones, and we'll call it good. Right, so new bounty. Man, I don't know, let's kill Hydronox. Okay. Let's also just do a bit of this. A lot of low-level nether stones. So those alone gave us a really good amount of piety, but in addition to those, there are a couple of higher level ones as well. Starting with, there is a Sparkling Trinket Rarity 374. More than 20k out of that one. There is also a Gleaming Trinket Rarity 362. Nearly 20k out of that one. And that's all we found in terms of nether stones. We also found a relatively useful nether stone, something Symbiosis, the name of the trait was. It was pretty nice. So that was one highlight. The other main highlight, of course, was finding 2 cards in very, very quick succession, taking us to 785. Getting pretty close to 800. 785 out of 1052. Still working on the demigod set. It's been taking a while just because this one enemy that we've been farming has just been very stubborn, not giving us the card. But I'm sure it'll drop soon. Let's also take a look at some of the recent achievements that we got. Master of Familiars 7, Master of Sins 8, Master of Skeletons 9, Master of Arbiters 10. We also killed Katarina for the 10th time. Okay, before we end, let's also take a look at how the Defend and Provoke achievements are going. So Defender has crossed 24,000. That's nice. Provoke has crossed 63,000. And that's nice. And that, I think, just about does it for the end of episode wrap-up. With this episode done, I think I am going to take at least another week off. And depending on whether work is light enough, I might start doing some recordings. But before I record more Siralim, I think I will record my next short series first, which is going to be Wario Land. I mean, again, by the time you're watching this episode, that entire series will be over. This is just me saying what, like kind of more reminding myself than anything else what my plans are. But yeah, we also bought a whole bunch of keys as we were going through the realms. Took us to 198. Still quite a few left to get, but I think we are well placed to get them. But anyway, that's going to be all for this episode. Whenever we come back next, we're going to be continuing with the circuit. And I guess if we are going to be continuing with the circuit, let me, as the final thing to do in the episode, roll ourselves a good item bonus. Ooh, 362. I nearly skipped this, but got that. And that's going to be good enough to take into Temple of Flies. Maybe wherever we need to go, that's where we'll go. Anyway, that is going to be all for this one. It's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you'll join me in the next episode as well. Until then, take care.